Let me tell you this. Just because we focused much on the snake, we have missed the scorpion.
Tune into the magic. Night TV takes you there. Good vibes every minute. Joy is in the air.
The joy of the Lord is in my heart. For this reason, I've taken my time to share with you this short message. Greetings to you wherever you are. May the peace and the protections of the Lord be with you and all your endeavors. I believe that as how God favored the Israelites and brought them from the land of the Egyptians to their promised land. Still, though if things are not moving as how you expect things to move in your life, have the faith and remember yourself that it will be well with you. No matter the storms that will hit you in life, no matter the boisterous moment that will befall you, you'll go through it and emerge victorious in your life. Today too is by the grace, and I've got to share with you this. Let me tell you this. Just because we focused much on the snake, we have missed the scorpion. Let me take it once again. When we focus most on the snake, be mindful that you are going to miss the scorpion. For at the end of the day, these two species, they carry the same venom. A venom that can destroy human life. A venom that can kill you. A venom that can make you uncomfortable in life. What I'm trying to tell you is that as humans, we must perpetuate a hyper-vigilance physiotropy. We must pay attention to every aspect of our human life. Most of the times, we focus on the things that are immediate to us, thereby neglecting the other aspect of human life. There are other people here on earth who live their life by certain principles, and in the later round, it goes against them. Because in life, if you don't do it as how it is expected of you, you'll miss the radar. It's like a compass. It's like a ship. Life is like a ship sailing on the sea. Once you miss the compass, everything will turn upside down. That's exactly how life is all about. Life is like a ship being sailed on the sea. Once the captain decides not to comply with the rules of engagement and go contrary to it, you will miss everything. So you are the captain piloting your own destiny. So once you decide to go contrary to the rules of engagement, you'll miss everything in life. I believe you're a believer. Either you're from the Christian community or the Islamic community. With all this or whatever religion that you practice, you're still a believer. Most of the times, when we talk about believers, we are actually referring to Christians. But let me tell you that every human here on earth has a pattern of spiritual life. We must pay attention to our health, pay attention to our finances. We must pay attention to our emotions. We must pay attention to our relationships, being it a friendship or being it marriage or whatever relationship that you find yourself in. Anybody that you give that person an opportunity to enter into your life, you must pay attention to the person. Don't neglect the prospect of your spiritual life, because when you do so, you will lose everything in life. There are people, they just woke up, go to the bathhouse, take their shower, go in there and dress up and head to wherever that they think they are going. They go to their destinations, close, and return back. That's the only thing that they've been doing. Life is not all about that. There are a lot of things that constitute human life. There are a lot of things that contribute to the fullness of human life. I've already told you that when we look at the intricate tapestry of human existence, life is highly interwoven with a lot of things. It encompasses what we call emotions, physical, spiritual. It's a lot. So when we focus so much on a particular aspect of our life, we will lose the other aspect of our human life. So tonight, this afternoon, this very morning, this very evening, whatever time that you are watching this video, I am here to tell you that as human, you must perpetuate a hyper-vigilant thesotropy. It is very important. You must cultivate a frenetic discernment. You must be able to ascertain that these decisions that I've taken in life, it's going to be of help or it's not going to be of help. You must be able. Most of the times, probably because we don't necessarily pay attention to certain patterns of our human life, we thereby misses a lot of opportunities. When God creates rooms for us to occupy, we go in there and create a lot of problems. We go in there and make dent of that place, and we mix that opportunity. Be very careful with your actions, how you carry yourself in a society. It speaks a lot of volumes into the hearings of people. There are people in the society that are watching you from afar. So how you carry yourself, how you talk in a society, would define you and tell it to the people exactly how you are. Because there is a saying that, show me your friend and I'll tell you exactly who you are. So, you see, it goes on to confirm that how you speak, how you carry yourself, the things you do, the things that meets the human eye, it speaks a lot of things about you. There are people that have suddenly forgotten their emotional intelligence. Most of the times when people get into your life, you must pay attention to what they do, either to affect your life positively or negatively. One of the major factors that is killing humans in this end time is what we call emotions. There are some people that comes into our life to cause us pain. Sometimes, you see, we must develop the concept of shutting every window that causes us pain. We must develop that concept, that maturity, to shut up every door that causes us pain. No matter how beautiful that window is, we must try as much as possible to shut any door when it causes you so much pain. I've come to realize that the majority of the people in the nations of our world who experiences these heart attacks is as a result of emotions Sometimes people step into their life. It could be their partner, it could be their friends, whatever the relationship may be, or any classifications that you can classify the relationship. If the person is your friend, is your girlfriend, your fiancé, your wife, your husband, any of the external family, your relationship between them, if it causes you a lot of pain, you must try as much as possible and shut certain windows. Because I've realized that with these depressions, over 80% of the nations, people in the nations of our world are suffering from depression. Most of the times, they are going through some emotional traumas, but they don't tell it to the people publicly. Sometimes it's very difficult for you to go and tell somebody that this is exactly what I'm going through, so that the person will assist you mentally, spiritually, financially, or emotionally. Sit yourself down and ask yourself a lot of questions. How many people goes through these same particular problems and are able to go out there and tell it to people? To go out there and seek counseling from people. They sit, keep their mouth mute, looked unconcerned, and they die in their own problem. They are people who become silent over issues and allow that particular incident or that emotional traumas that he or she is going through to take total dominance over the person. So you see people today, tomorrow they are no more. Why? Because when you met the person, that said personality was actually going through a lot of problems. But because the person feels shy or some sort of timid patterns that has been cooked into the person, so the person feels so shy to tell you that this and that's exactly what I'm going through. And sometimes people are also afraid to tell people what they're going through, probably because they have it in here that when they tell people, people are going to make fun of their issues. They are going to make them look like a sin of mediocrity. And probably because of that, these people, they keep their mouth mute concerning their life. Let me tell you that emotions, it plays a major role in the life of humans. All these people who couldn't live up to their age, the one that God has graced them with, majority of them, their sudden demands is as a result of these emotional traumas that they go through in the hands of their partners. All these abuse and stuff in the relationship. When people volunteer gallantly to abuse you emotionally, such window, take precautions. Take precautions, because one day it is going to have a detrimental effect on your life. Many people have lost it. They have given up the ghost as a result of emotions. A lot is actually running through the veins of the human mind. And most of the times, it's as a result of what we call emotional traumas. So, pay attention. Pay attention. Perpetuate a hyper-vigilance on your emotions. Because what you take for granted, it can take your life. I've always been telling people that the major weapon or an element that can contribute to a man's long age, good health and prosperity here on earth is a matter of what we call a peace of mind. When you don't have a peace of mind and your spirit become enwrapped in a state of a great perturbation, when you become perturbed in the realms of the spirit and physically, everything will begin to fall apart and start turning against you. I am telling you that when you don't have peace, it affects your emotions. Most of the times, you meet people on a public space, the way they talk to you is as if they know you. Sometimes it's because of the emotional traumas that you're going through. That is why they talk to you in such manner of life. There are people you have not done them anything. When you go to our public space, our job centers, being it a man or a woman, your manager, your director, your secretary, your boss, the way you approach them and speak with some of these people, their response and how they tend to interact with you shows that something is actually eating these people. And there is a saying that whatever that is eating the bean, the seed of the bean, is actually found within the bean. That insect, that fungi, whatever animal that is actually eating the beans is automatically within it. So sometimes, whatever that is actually eating those people, that makes them talk in such harsh and weird manner of life, it's probably because that thing is very closer to them, but they have not yet paid attention to it. So I am telling you that from today onwards, don't focus much on the serpent, or else you miss the scorpion, knowing fully well that both of these animals are from a different kingdom, a different species, but yet they carry what we call venom. And once they bite you as a human, you can die. The scorpion can sting you with a tail and you will die. And snake can also bite you and inject you with their venom and you will die at the same time. So you see, these two different categories of animals, but yet carry the same venom, the same power. So I am to tell you that there are some people, it could be your friend, your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, your husband, from the extended family, whoever that it is, your cousin, your niece, your uncle. These people could be from a different dimension, from all aspects of human life, but yet have the same agenda. They come into your life, they cause you pain, they destabilize the peace that you have, they make you go haywire because they don't like it when you are at peace. And these are the sort of people that we have encircled our life with. We have surrounded ourselves with this kind of people, this pattern of life. So we must pay an attention to these people, because the ones that we have neglected, having the perception that we don't care about it, but yet having one or two things in your mind, in your heart, and it is deliberately eating you up, it's going to cause you pain. All those people that experience what we call pressure, low pressure, it's as a result of an emotional traumas that they go through in life. So pay attention to it. I've already told you that whatever window or doors that causes you pain, that makes you feel depressed, that runs you down spiritually, emotionally, close that door. No matter how beautiful the scene is, sometimes we must behave maturely and perpetuate a hyper-vigilance. I keep on repeating myself that we must cultivate the habit of vigilance. We must act on the verge of our intelligence, or else there are certain things that we allow for it to come into our life, and it will take our life for us to die prematurely. Because I have seen a lot of people walking down the street who are going through a lot, and yet they can't tell people. Take precautions. The next thing is about your health. Don't think that when you see anything on the road and it seems consumable, you go out there and buy it and eat it up. That's not how you're supposed to live your life. The only thing that can also render you into a state of great perturbation, a disturbed and highly perturbed life, can be caused by a sickness, a disease. And majority of the sickness and diseases that we experience in our human life, it's probably because of the way we eat. The way we eat is also contribute to our life. So be very careful. Don't neglect the prospect of your health life. Eat healthy. Do a lot of exercise. Don't overthink, because when you overthink, you weaken your human system. It kills you slowly. So one of a kind of a thing that I don't want people to engage themselves in it is overthinking. It kills. It kills. So I want you to be informed by the axiomatic principle of sapiential awareness. Be informed in all aspects of your life. by the axiomatic principle of sapiential awareness. It is very important. Pay attention to your relationship. Pay attention to your relationship. It is very important. There are some women who come into our life to destroy us. There are some men who also come into our life to destroy us. It is about you becoming vigilant and being able to ascertain that this personality that I am into relationship with, is this person going to kill me or going to help me live a well prosperous and a fulfilled life here on earth? Most of the times we forget to take notice of certain actions and behaviors of these sort of people that we are into relationship with. Let me tell you, I have seen countless people, being it a woman and a man, who have lost their life because of a bad relationship. Some people have died prematurely because of a bad relationship. I can tell you that if you don't take your relationship into consideration and you sit down, look unconcerned, I am telling you that the other partner is going to disturb you to an extent where you give up the ghost. I've seen countless of women who have become highly depressed because of bad relationship, because of bad marriage. Some have become depressed. Some have been taken down spiritually. Some have run mad on the street because of bad relationship. I have seen countless of men who have run mad because of bad relationship. So relationship is one of the key factors that causes catastrophe in the life of every human. Being a woman or a man, it causes a big catastrophe in the life of every person. So marriage or entering into a relationship is something that I don't joke with. I always urge the youth in the upcoming words to stay vigilant and be very careful with the kind of people that they choose as their life partner. Because whether you grow old or die prematurely, all depends on the kind of a woman, the kind of a man that you allow to tap into your life. So pay attention to the relationship aspect of your life, being it marriage, friendship, or whatever that it is. Your relation with people should be met with carefulness. It should be met with extra carefulness. You don't just meet somebody on the street and you post to the person having the mindset here that you're going to put a ring on that person. Just like that. Without doing a thorough background checks on that person. You can't just meet somebody on the street and feel like the person has money. He's powerful, he has fame, he has something. Sometimes we are being deceived by the outward appearance of these said personalities. Some of these so-called women, they have the mindset and the intention of God giving that privilege to them to get married to men that are highly blessed with money. There are some women who have the intention that God should bless them with a man that has a lot of money, because most of the women, they don't want to endure poverty. They don't want to enter into a relationship and help build with the man. Let me tell you, there is a saying that it is not all that glitters that is gold. To some of them, it glitters, it shines correctly, but it is never gold. Don't be deceived by the outward appearance of certain people. So take the necessary steps. Or let me tell you that, necessitate the fact that whoever that you enter into a relationship with, you pray about the person. Since you are a believer, you pray about the person. You take the person into prayers. Because what I know is that there are certain attitudes and behavioral patterns of this said personality that cannot be met with the human eyes. It takes the discernment of spirit. It takes the gross ability of the Holy Spirit to reveal certain aspects of your partner to you, or else you will be deceived. Appearance, they say, sometimes looks notoriously deceptive. So certain aspect of your partner can be hidden from you. It takes only the ability and the capacity of the Holy Spirit to reveal certain patterns to you. That is why I told you that in relationship, you need what we call a phonetic discernment to be able to discern your partner. If you've not yet entered into relationship with the person, if you've not yet allowed for the partner to put on a ring on you, you must develop the concept of a higher vigilance in choosing your life partner. Pay attention to it. Don't focus on money. Don't focus on fame. Don't focus on only if the person have a very good family background. The attitude of that said personality also counts a lot. Don't walk gallantly and become so daft and walk into the den of a lion. When you are in a very bad relationship, it's like they have thrown you into a lion's den. You will never know peace. When you are into a bad relationship, it's like they have thrown you into a lion's den. You're never going to know peace. Always, it's all about tears, pains, heartbroken, emotional traumas. These are the sort of things that they said people will cause you. So I urge you today that play maturely and shut every door that causes you pain, no matter how beautiful the scene is. Don't be enticed. Don't be deceived. Develop a phonetic discernment. Pay attention to your financial life. What do you do to get money and put food on your table? Necessitate it. In fact, be and let it be a factor number one. I say be and let that be a factor number one. Your finances is very important. It plays a significant role. Almost 98% of what we see in this world is being controlled and enhanced by money. I always tell people that God creates and money maintains. When God gives you a bouncing baby boy, a nice girl, God has given the child to you. But the only thing that will keep the boy alive, it is money. Money is going to take care of you and your child till the said child grows into becoming whatever that it was being brought here on earth to do. So you see, pay attention. There are some people who waste money anyhow. They receive their monthly salary, especially you people that are being paid on a monthly basis. You receive your monthly salary, and not even on the 15th or 20th, you have squandered it all. Why? Because most of the women, they use their money in buying things that will not yield any positive dividend onto them. They buy things, they become materialistic in life. They buy everything, they have everything. They have shoes, they have clothes. Yet still these women go ahead and buy new things. You know very well that financially you're not capable. You're not stable in life. What you realize at the end of the month is a hand-to-mouth thing. Yet the little that touches your hands, you let it go waste, spending it unnecessarily. Sometimes we go out there and party with friends. I know it is good to have fun, but not to that extent. We must sit down and analyze certain things. Whatever that you are doing today with your life, in the future is going to have a consequent deleterious effect on you. So be very careful the way you carry yourself, the way you act into society. It is very important. I am a type that I don't joke with my money. The financial aspect of my life, I don't joke with it. I always try and save and use what I've saved to do an investment. It is very important. I don't waste money on unnecessary things because I know for a fact that we have a very long pace ahead of us that we need to cover, and it is not easy. Imagine you watching me at your age. I don't know how old you are, but imagine if God is to give you 90 years. Imagine the space that is left before you for you to cover up to that 90 years of age. I know maybe you are 70, you are 60 years, you are 40 years, you are 30 something years. Look at your financial status. You know it best, and you can define it best by yourself, because you know yourself more than that I do. So imagine if God is to give you 90 years of age and you are watching me and you are 50 years or 60 years. You still have about 30, 35 to 40 years to uncover that mileage, that 40 years mileage ahead of you. If you are watching me and you are 40 years, and if God is to give you 90 years of age, it means you are left with 50 years to uncover. So you see, you have a lot on your table and you have a lot on your shoulders, and the majority of what you have on your table can be resolved by money. So your money life is not something that you can play with. It's not something that you can play with. And sometimes don't think that you walk gallantly, so strong till the day you leave the planet Earth. Old age will one day catch you. And how are you prepared to face life? How are you prepared to save life? I know that none of you watching me is going to experience a premature life. Nah, it's never going to happen. Premature death is never your portion. I know that God will certainly grace you with long age. But you see, what exactly are you going to use to take care of yourself when you are in your 70s, when you are in your 80s, when you are in your 90s, and you have not yet kicked the bucket and go? When you are in your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, and you have not yet kicked the bucket and gone, how exactly are you going to take care of your life? So you can joke with every aspect of your human life, but not your finances. It is very important. Necessitate it and factor it as a factor number one, that your finances makes you whom you are. Once you lose your finances, all the protocols in your life, you lose it at the same time. The respect that people normally accord you with, you lose everything. So you see, you can't joke with it. I don't want to encroach much of your time, but I'm here to tell you that physically and spiritually, as a believer, you must pay attention to every aspect of your life. Most of the times, we pay attention on the things that are very close to us, forgetting about the other, knowing fully well that God, in his own infinite wisdom, knows exactly why he gave us 5 in here. Together it is 10. This touches here and this touches here. It is very good. It is very difficult when you try using this to touch here. You can never use this same hand to whack this one. No, it doesn't happen that way. So God knows exactly why he took his time to articulate and factor certain aspects into reality. They all play a significant role. So please, don't focus much on what we call the serpent, or else you will miss the scorpion, knowing fully well that they all carry the same venom. And when you are injected with this same venom, it's going to cause you pain. So I am here to tell you that please perpetuate a hyper-vigilant tixotropy. It is very important in all aspects of your human life, because there are certain things you can't overlook it. Take it in consideration. Take it into consideration. Take it into consideration. All aspects of your life. Being it your relationship life, your relationship with your friends, your partners, your spiritual life. You can't flourish successfully physically, knowing fully well that it is the spiritual world that propels the physical world. You can't. If you are a believer, you must know how to fast and pray. Fast and pray, how to meditate on the word of God. It is very important. You need a spiritual growth, especially if you are living in the continent of Africa. You need a spiritual growth. So you see, you need to take into consideration your spiritual life. A man who is not rooted spiritually can never prosper here on earth. All the great men that you see that have amassed a lot of wealth to their name, they are all strong and spiritually rooted. A tree that is not rooted can never stand. It will automatically fall when the wind blows. So, when life vicissitude blows in your life and you are not spiritually rooted, you will certainly fall. And I don't want such to happen to you in life. So I am here telling you at this moment in your life that articulate a phonetic discernment to every aspect of your life. God bless you and bless you so much.
In simple gestures, you've made us see the power of kindness, the way to be. Your wisdom rich as the fertile soil, your spirit strong through the years.